Before we dive into today's topic, I want to tell you about something that's changed how I approach pigeon health and performance. I run another channel called Pigeon Healthy where I share natural herbal treatment methods that most fanciers have never heard of. We're talking about plants and natural remedies that have powerful healing and performance-enhancing effects on pigeons. Things like specific herb combinations that boost immunity, natural treatments for respiratory diseases, plants that improve digestion and recovery after races, and natural alternatives to chemical medications. We cover pigeon diseases you might be struggling with right now: canker, respiratory infections, coccidiosis, worms, and show you exactly how to treat them using natural methods that actually work. No guessing. No expensive medications with side effects. Just proven herbal protocols used by top European lofts. If you're serious about keeping your birds healthy naturally and improving their performance without chemicals, go subscribe to Pigeon Healthy right now. The knowledge there could save you birds, save you money, and give you an edge your competition doesn't have. Now let's get into today's topic. Thursday morning. You walk into your loft for routine feeding. Everything looks normal. Birds are perched, some flying around the loft, others eating from yesterday's feed. You count heads. Everyone's present. You observe for a minute. Nothing seems wrong. Birds look healthy. Feathers are tight. Eyes are bright. You provide fresh water and feed. You leave satisfied that your flock is in good condition. Saturday morning. Same routine. You walk in, count birds, observe briefly. Wait. Something's off. One of your best racers is sitting on a perch with feathers slightly fluffed. You walk closer. The bird doesn't move away. You reach for it. It doesn't resist. You pick it up. The bird feels light. Much lighter than it should. The keel is prominent. Muscle has wasted away. This bird is seriously sick. How did you miss this? 2 days ago everything seemed fine. You rush the bird to the vet. Emergency visit. The vet examines it. Takes blood. The diagnosis is devastating. Advanced coccidiosis with secondary organ damage. The bird has been sick for at least 2 weeks, probably longer. The parasite load is massive. The intestinal damage is severe. The bird is dehydrated and anemic. The vet can try treatment but prognosis is poor. The bird dies Sunday morning despite aggressive medication. You're shocked. How could a bird go from apparently healthy on Thursday to dead on Sunday? The answer is it didn't. The bird was dying Thursday. You just didn't see the signs. This scenario repeats constantly in pigeon lofts. Fanciers think birds are healthy because birds look healthy during casual observation. Then suddenly a bird is obviously sick and dies within days. The fancier is confused and upset. What went wrong? How did this happen so fast? The truth is illness didn't happen fast. Illness developed slowly over days or weeks. The bird hid it through instinctive behavior evolved to prevent predators from targeting weak individuals. By the time the bird couldn't hide it anymore, the disease was so advanced that treatment came too late. But there's a way to catch illness much earlier. Before visible symptoms appear. Before weight loss becomes obvious. Before feathers fluff and eyes dull. There's a 5-second test you can do every single day that reveals hidden illness when it's still treatable. This test is so simple that most fanciers never think to do it deliberately. They see it happening but don't analyze what they're seeing. Today I'm teaching you the 5-second water test and exactly what different drinking patterns mean about your bird's health. The test is brutally simple. Place fresh water in front of your bird. Watch how the bird drinks. That's it. 5 seconds of observation. But in those 5 seconds, you're seeing information about digestive health, parasite load, organ function, hydration status, and overall physiological state. Healthy birds drink in specific pattern. Sick birds drink differently. Once you know what to look for, you can identify problems weeks before other symptoms appear. Let me describe the healthy drinking pattern first so you know what normal looks like. A healthy pigeon approaches water calmly. Not frantically, not hesitantly, just normal approach. The bird dips its beak into water, fills its beak, then lifts its head to swallow. This dip and lift pattern repeats 2 to 4 times. Total drinking duration is 5 to 10 seconds. Then the bird stops and walks away or stays near water but doesn't drink more. The bird's behavior is calm and controlled. The swallowing is smooth and effortless. There's no struggle, no repeated attempts, no unusual movements. This normal pattern reflects normal physiology. The bird is adequately hydrated. Its throat and esophagus are clear. Its digestive system is functioning properly. It needs some water to maintain hydration but not excessive amounts. The 5 to 10 seconds of drinking provides what it needs. The bird moves on to other activities. This is what you should see most of the time from most of your birds. Now let me describe the sick drinking patterns and what each pattern indicates. Pattern 1 is frantic excessive drinking. The bird approaches water urgently. It dips its beak and drinks continuously for 20, 30, 40 seconds or longer. The head lifts to swallow but immediately returns to water. Dip, lift, over and over rapidly. The bird seems unable to satisfy its thirst no matter how much it drinks. When it finally stops drinking, it returns to water within a few minutes and repeats the frantic drinking. This pattern indicates severe dehydration and usually means internal parasites. Coccidiosis is most common cause. The coccidia parasites damage the intestinal lining, preventing proper water absorption. The bird drinks large amounts but the water passes through without being absorbed. The bird remains dehydrated despite drinking constantly. Worms can create similar pattern. Roundworms and hairworms damage the gut and impair absorption. The bird compensates by drinking excessively but can't achieve normal hydration. If you see this frantic drinking pattern, act immediately. Don't wait for other symptoms. The bird has active parasite infection that's already causing damage. Treatment needs to start now. For coccidiosis, natural treatment is oregano oil in water or amprolium medication if you use pharmaceuticals. For worms, natural treatment is pumpkin seeds or chemical dewormer if preferred. Visit Pigeon Healthy channel for complete natural parasite treatment protocols. But the key is recognizing the problem from drinking pattern alone and treating before weight loss and obvious illness develop. Pattern 2 is difficulty swallowing. The bird drinks normally at first, dips beak in water, fills beak. But when it lifts head to swallow, something is wrong. The bird extends its neck, shakes its head slightly, makes unusual swallowing motions. It might dip its beak again without swallowing the first mouthful. Or it swallows but with visible effort, the throat working hard to push water down. The bird might make soft clicking or gurgling sounds during swallowing. This struggle to swallow is subtle but obvious once you know to watch for it. This pattern indicates obstruction or inflammation in the throat or upper esophagus. Canker is most common cause. Trichomonas parasites create yellow plaques in the throat that partially block the passage. Water doesn't flow smoothly past the obstruction. The bird struggles to swallow. Early stage canker might show only slight difficulty swallowing. Advanced canker creates severe blockage where bird can barely swallow at all. Other causes include throat injuries, foreign objects stuck in throat, or severe respiratory infection with mucus accumulation. If you see swallowing difficulty, open the bird's beak and look inside. Use flashlight if available. Look at the back of throat. Healthy throat is pink and smooth. Canker creates yellow or white patches or plaques. If you see canker lesions, treatment is needed immediately. Natural treatment is garlic water or apple cider vinegar. Pharmaceutical treatment is metronidazole. Again, Pigeon Healthy has complete protocols. The key is catching this early from the drinking pattern before canker advances to the point where bird stops eating and drinking entirely. Pattern 3 is excessive drinking with dilute droppings. The bird drinks large amounts like pattern 1 but without the frantic urgency. Just drinks a lot. More than seems normal. And when you observe the droppings, they're very watery. Not diarrhea exactly, just very diluted. More liquid than solid. The bird is processing large volumes of water but not concentrating urine normally. This pattern indicates kidney dysfunction. The kidneys aren't concentrating urine properly, so the bird is losing excessive water and must drink large amounts to compensate. Early kidney disease shows this pattern. The bird seems healthy otherwise but drinks excessively and produces watery droppings. As kidney disease progresses, other symptoms develop including weight loss, lethargy, decreased appetite. But excessive drinking with dilute droppings is the earliest sign, sometimes appearing weeks or months before kidney failure becomes obvious. Kidney disease in pigeons is often caused by chronic dehydration, bacterial infection, or toxicity from medications or environmental toxins. Treatment focuses on supporting kidney function with hydration and reducing kidney workload. Natural support includes milk thistle for detoxification and ensuring birds have constant access to fresh, clean water. If kidney disease is caught early from drinking pattern observation, progression can sometimes be slowed or stopped. If caught late after other symptoms appear, prognosis is often poor. Pattern 4 is no drinking or dramatically reduced drinking. This is the most serious pattern. The bird doesn't approach water even when it's freshly provided. Or the bird approaches but doesn't drink or takes only 1 or 2 tiny sips. Normal drinking is 5 to 10 seconds. This bird drinks for 1 second and walks away. Or doesn't drink at all. When you offer water directly by placing bird near water source, it still refuses or drinks minimally. This pattern indicates advanced illness affecting multiple systems. Severe pain, nausea, organ failure, any condition that makes the bird feel terrible enough that it loses interest in drinking. This is often end-stage disease. The bird is so sick that normal behaviors including drinking are suppressed. By the time a bird stops drinking, the illness is usually very advanced and treatment is often too late. This is why you need to catch problems at pattern 1, 2, or 3 when intervention can still help. However, before concluding a bird that's not drinking is dying, rule out mechanical problems. Is the water source accessible? Is it clean? Is the water temperature appropriate? Sometimes birds refuse water simply because it's dirty or too cold or the drinker is positioned inconveniently. But if water is fresh, clean, accessible, and the bird still won't drink while other birds are drinking normally, the non-drinking bird has serious health problem. Now let me teach you how to integrate the 5-second water test into daily routine. This test is most effective when done systematically every day. Here's the protocol. When you provide fresh water each morning, don't just put the water out and leave. Stay and observe for 2 to 3 minutes. Watch which birds come to drink immediately. Watch how each bird drinks. You don't need to watch every bird every day. That's impractical if you have many birds. But watch 5 to 10 birds per day. Rotate through your flock so every bird is observed at least twice per week. When you observe a bird drinking, ask yourself these questions. Is the bird drinking calmly or frantically? Is swallowing smooth or difficult? Is drinking duration normal, 5 to 10 seconds, or excessive? Does the bird return to drink again within a few minutes? Are there any unusual head movements, sounds, or behaviors during drinking? If everything looks normal, the bird passes the test. If anything seems off, make a note. Watch that bird again the next day. If the abnormal pattern persists for 2 consecutive days, investigate further. Handle the bird. Check weight and body condition. Look in throat for canker. Check droppings. Consider parasite treatment if pattern suggests parasites. This daily observation protocol catches problems at the earliest possible stage. You're not waiting for visible symptoms. You're detecting physiological dysfunction through behavioral changes that appear before symptoms become obvious. This proactive approach saves birds that would die under reactive approach where you only treat after obvious illness appears. Let me give you real case study showing how this works. Tom, a club member, learned the water test from me. He started observing his birds' drinking behavior daily. After 3 days, he noticed one of his racing cocks drinking frantically. 20+ seconds of continuous drinking, returning to water repeatedly. The bird looked completely healthy otherwise. Bright eyes, tight feathers, normal activity level. Most fanciers would have seen nothing wrong. But Tom recognized the frantic drinking pattern as parasite indicator. He started the bird on natural coccidiosis treatment, oregano oil in water. Within 3 days, the drinking pattern normalized. The bird returned to 5 to 10 second calm drinking. Tom caught and treated coccidiosis before the bird showed any other symptoms. That bird went on to win first place in club race 2 weeks later. If Tom had waited for obvious symptoms like weight loss or fluffed feathers, the bird would have been too sick to race. Might have died. The 5-second test saved the bird's life and racing season. Contrast this with Sarah's experience before she learned the test. She had a bird that died suddenly from what the vet diagnosed as advanced coccidiosis. She was devastated because the bird had seemed healthy just days before death. I asked her to think back. Had she noticed anything unusual about the bird's behavior in the week before it got obviously sick? She thought about it and realized, yes, that bird had been drinking a lot. She'd noticed it at the water frequently. But she hadn't thought anything of it. Thought maybe the bird was just thirsty. Now she understood that excessive drinking was the early warning sign she'd missed. If she'd known to interpret that sign and treat immediately, the bird would have survived. The difference between Tom's saved bird and Sarah's dead bird was knowledge. Tom knew what to watch for. Sarah didn't. Both birds showed early warning signs through drinking behavior. Tom caught and treated his bird early. Sarah didn't recognize the warning until too late. This is why I'm teaching you this test. So you can be like Tom, not like Sarah. Now let me address American versus European approach to health monitoring. American pigeon culture tends to be reactive. Fanciers provide good food, clean water, decent loft conditions. Then if bird gets sick, they treat it. They don't do intensive daily health monitoring unless they're already concerned about specific problem. This reactive approach means many illnesses aren't caught until they're advanced. European culture, particularly Belgian old-timers, is obsessively observant. They watch their birds constantly. They know each bird's normal behavior intimately. They notice immediately when anything changes. They don't wait for obvious symptoms. They investigate subtle changes. This proactive approach catches problems early when they're still easily treatable. The 5-second water test fits perfectly with European philosophy of constant observation and early intervention. I've visited Belgian lofts where fanciers can tell you each bird's drinking pattern. This bird always drinks immediately when water is provided. That bird drinks mid-morning after eating. This other bird drinks briefly but frequently throughout the day. They know their birds so well that any deviation from normal pattern is immediately obvious. They don't need to think about doing water test. They're doing it automatically because observation is habitual. American fanciers can develop the same level of observation. It just requires deliberate practice at first. Start with 5-second test protocol. Watch birds drinking systematically. Record observations if helpful. After a few weeks, you'll know your bird's patterns. Deviations will be obvious without conscious analysis. You'll have developed the observational skills that European masters use naturally. Let me give you additional diagnostic value you can extract from water test beyond just the 4 main patterns I described. Pay attention to which birds drink first when fresh water is provided. Healthy dominant birds usually drink first. Sick or weak birds often hang back and drink after others. If a bird that normally drinks first starts waiting to drink last, it might indicate the bird feels unwell even if drinking pattern itself looks normal. Pay attention to drinking frequency throughout the day. Some birds naturally drink often, taking small amounts each time. Others drink less frequently but take larger amounts. Both patterns are normal as long as they're consistent for that individual bird. But if a bird changes its frequency pattern, drinking much more often or much less often than usual, investigate why. Change in frequency can indicate problem even if individual drinking episodes look normal. Pay attention to the time of day when birds drink most heavily. Most birds drink most in morning and evening with less drinking midday. Birds that drink heavily midday might be experiencing heat stress or dehydration. Birds that don't drink much in morning might have drunk excessively overnight, suggesting polyuria, which indicates kidney issues. Pay attention to whether birds prefer to drink alone or in groups. Some birds are social drinkers. They approach water when other birds are drinking. Others prefer solitary drinking. If social bird suddenly avoids drinking when others are present, it might indicate pain or weakness, making the bird avoid competition at water source. If solitary bird suddenly needs to drink with group, it might indicate reduced confidence, suggesting illness. All of these additional observations provide context that helps interpret the 5-second test results. The basic test, watching how an individual bird drinks for 5 seconds, is primary diagnostic. The additional observations about timing, frequency, social patterns, provide supporting information that increases diagnostic accuracy. Now let me teach you what to do when water test reveals problem. Step 1. Confirm the observation. Watch the bird again within a few hours. See if the abnormal pattern repeats. One abnormal drinking episode might be meaningless. Consistent pattern across multiple observations indicates real problem. Step 2. Handle the bird for physical examination. Check weight by feeling keel and muscle. Check eyes for brightness and clarity. Check feathers for tightness and gloss. Check vent for cleanliness. Check throat by opening beak and looking inside with flashlight. This physical exam provides additional data to combine with drinking pattern observation. Step 3. Analyze droppings. Collect fresh droppings from the bird if possible. Look at consistency, color, presence of blood or mucus, ratio of solid to liquid. Droppings analysis combined with drinking pattern tells you a lot about digestive and kidney health. Step 4. Decide on treatment based on combined information. If drinking pattern suggests parasites and physical exam shows slight weight loss, start parasite treatment. If drinking pattern suggests canker and throat exam shows lesions, start canker treatment. Match treatment to most likely diagnosis based on all available evidence.